Chats here at SMITHEE TV in downtown Toronto with comedian Jeff E. What initially got you into the comedy business?
It was totally by accident, actually. I was down at a comedy bar and went to see a show, started to get interested in it. I did improv before and some acting, but it just started to get into my skin. And then I met Evan Demarez, and he has an open mic there, and he kept telling me, you know, when you're ready, just let me know. And told him I was ready, and May 1st last year was my first time, and I haven't stopped since. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Once it's in you, it's just you can't stop. You just want to do it all the time. Like, I want to do a set right now when we're done here. If there was a club open, I'd do it. But that's always on your mind. It's always, yeah. And you don't get disappointed in life because there's always a joke at the end of it. It's like if a girlfriend breaks up with me, I'm like, this is good. I'm gonna have a little bit of material here. It's not that bad. She's like, why aren't you disappointed? I'm like, because there's going to be jokes. Yeah. At your expense, unfortunately.
Growing up, were there any comedians in particular that really inspired you?
There's not one particular. Like, everybody will go, oh, this is the guy. Me, it's always been like an add-on, an evolution. So, like, you know, when I was younger, I watched a lot of Monty Python. It all just builds layers. The one guy that I'm watching now that's really good that I appreciate is like Louis C.K. Obviously, people are always toting about him, but there's a lot of comedians like Mike Bibley. I can't even pronounce his name properly. He's out there, but he's like those comedians. That's an influence for me. I have comedians at home. I grew up in an immigrant family, so I had the George Carlin family kind of thing where, yeah, it's just comedy all the time. Yeah, they're always going off on different things. Language barrier is a funny way to look at things too. So,
what have been the most challenging and rewarding aspects of doing stand-up?
The most challenging is probably trying to be unique, because everybody has comic thoughts, but they just don't act on them. So it's one of those things you want to get out before anybody else does, because you'll hear somebody has the same bit, maybe not word for word, but you're like, damn it, that was mine. Yeah. But you know, it's that kind of, we all have that same premise. It's making it unique. For me, that's the challenge, is making it with my voice, which is the lovable loser, I like to call him. That's my character on stage, is that you want to build that empathy, and that's what I find the most challenging, is getting the audience to like you. It's like being in school every day for the first day. Yeah.
How did you establish your voice?
A lot of it came from talking about stuff that happened to me, like, not many people go to the gynecologist with their mom. I had that experience. Because of the language barrier, because I'm first generation Canadian, we end up filling out all the government forms. So it's like, Jeff, go to the gyno with me. I'm like, take Dad. He's like, he's going to be just as worse as me, so I went with her. And so those types of situations happen with just growing up. I call it mining your history. I find that I'm doing a lot of that now. So, yeah.
You find so a lot of your comedy comes from your own family background?
Oh, totally. I'm like 90% of it. It's just situations that at the time don't seem that funny, but when you look back on them, you're like, I can't believe I've survived this long. Sorry.
When you're crafting a joke, how do you go about doing that? Do you do it at home first, or in front of your friends first, and then go on stage, or do you just take it on stage and see how it goes?
You know what? I'll take it on stage. I did a set last night where it was all new material. And I'll just try it out. And I always tell new comics that are starting, I know I'm new myself, but one thing is always record your sets so you can hear yourself. And sometimes you'll come up with a line on stage, and if you didn't record it or write it down, it's gone. And you're like, oh man, it takes 3 months for that to come back. So for me, it's always getting it out there, doing it as much. It's repetition. It's like being a piano player. You want to practice as much. So once you have the joke, even if it's in a raw form, I throw it out there. See if it sticks. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does.
And where's the best place to find out more information on your shows and on you online?
I have a website. It's jeffecomedy.com. Pretty easy. Jeff E with one E. People often put two, I don't know why. But yeah, Jeff E Comedy is where to find me, and it has all my links to YouTube and all my different Twitter accounts and all my ramblings. Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, and best of luck with your upcoming shows.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats here at SMITHEE TV in downtown Toronto.